Hello, everybody. Welcome to the LPM channel for another episode of Binder Nights. We have an amazing guest tonight. Jose, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy. Doing well yourself?
I'm good. I really appreciate you being here for a really cool episode of Marvel card collecting, of showing collections and binders. The whole point of the show is for collectors to showcase some of the items they have stashed away in their homes and get to share it with the public. Do you want to give us a little bit of a background about your interest in Marvel, my friend?
Sure. So thanks for the invitation. I don't normally do these, and I don't normally show my binders or any part of my collection, with few exceptions. But I think you've been a really positive influence on the hobby. I've been
Thank
watching
you.
you
Thank you.
over the last bit of time that you've been really involved, and I think you know people have been really enjoying your stuff, and you bring an enthusiasm that's authentic. So I figured, hey man, if you're asking, I'm happy to be on. So
Thank you.
um, I started collecting Marvel cards in 1990. I was 8 years old. Before that, I did collect other non-sports, like movie and TV show sets. And but my dad brought home a box of opened Marvel Universe 1990 cards.
He
That's
opened them, I'm sure.
He did, and a baseball card dealer that he often visited was like, I opened these cards just to see what they were like. They're not for me. If you want them, you can have them. And he's like, how much? He's like, $5. So my dad, for $5, bought an opened box of Marvel Universe 1990, brought them home. And as you can imagine, as many of us were with that set, when we first saw it around that time, I was blown away, right? Because even compared to the movie and TV show sets that I had been collecting until then, it was something totally different
Yeah.
in terms of like the images that now I know, but at the time I felt it. They were made for cards, and
Hmm.
it was more clear, the images. The write-ups on the back were different. Instead of like an episode or a movie plot line, it was something, it was like character information. And then of course there were like, I think, two or three hollows in the box also. The guy didn't pull the hollows out. They were there, and those were, imagine, like most of the movie. I'd never seen a hollow to that point, hollow
Yeah.
card. The Universe 1990 hollows were among the first
Yeah.
for any trading card. So the first time I was seeing those, and it just smoked everything else I had. And from then forward, it was pretty hardcore on the Marvel side. I kind of left, I dabbled a little bit more in movie and TV shows a little bit, but it didn't hold and that didn't last as long in how it was before in terms of percent of the market.
Right.
So I went pretty hard on Marvel, and actually I've never stopped collecting since. So I know for many life reasons people stop, etc., but I've been pretty consistent with it since even, I mean, if you count the non-sports, it's been almost my entire life.
It's really
So
interesting to meet collectors that never stopped. I think that's amazing. I think it's a real privilege to get to know collectors who have, like yourself, who have done this for so long and are such a part of the space. It's really nice that you guys are willing to share with us your information, your knowledge, and your hobby. It's great.
yeah, you're very welcome. So in that time span, sometimes I feel uh, I don't know if the right description is like the Watcher or Apocalypse, but I feel like I've seen it all. At least, anyway, there's collectors that have been collecting before 1990, right?
Right.
People who were collecting the 80s set, who were collecting the 76, even the 66 set,
Yeah.
I mean, they're laughing at me, right? They were collecting for, you know, 24 years before I was.
Hmm.
If you started collecting 66 Marvel, but for the most part, I feel like I've witnessed a lot of it in real time and the
Right.
changes, et cetera, in the market. So it's just an interesting perspective to have. And also I think I think I have a unique perspective on um, what's really rare and really like critical, like key components to the Marvel card hobby. It's an
Right.
opinion, of course, but I think it's a well-educated opinion based on my experience.
No kidding. I would say that you're definitely qualified to have an opinion on this topic.
Yeah.
So this show being Binder Nights, we're going to take a look at some binders. What would you like to get started with?
Yeah, so the first binder is not going to be this guy. So I stopped, it's an expensive hobby. And in 2007, I went real hard, real deep on the Marvel Masterpieces set,
Hmm.
particularly in terms of the sketch cards, because that's where the meat of the set is.
Yeah.
And so I essentially swore off collecting Marvel cards. Said I'm not collecting any new sets beyond '07. So I
Mhm.
stopped. I stopped collecting new sets I continued to collect old sets. Then in when Fleer Retro 13 was about to come out, I said, this one's special. And I
Yeah.
pre-ordered a ton of cases.
Yeah.
All right. And then when I saw the prices on eBay of the car, even then when they first came out, were so high relative to what they had been historically, I said, I'm not doing this all over again. So I sold my retro cases at a little bit higher than what I bought them for, not a lot higher.
Yeah.
And I essentially stopped collecting again. I continued with my '07 thing. And before I kept collecting cards older than '07 as well.
Yeah.
And then at that point I was very heavy into sketch cards and art. But this brings me to this binder. This is a set that came out in '08
Oh boy.
that I saw coming out in real time. I thought it was beautiful, but I was being really as much willpower as possible to not collect.
Yeah.
Fast forward, and I went. I've gone back and plugged some holes.
Yeah.
Especially, I started with '08, and there's 3 or 4 '08 sets that I'm working on to kind of bring my collection one more year forward.
Cool.
Which is insane, right? Just to bring my collection one more year, I got to add a bunch of more sets and money expending. But this is one of the ones that I'm really happy to have. I think it's a complete master set. Honestly, if anybody sees something not here, please let me know. It's okay. I'll go look for it. So
Yeah.
this is an Iron Man, the movie, 2008. This is the official binder.
Wow.
This is how I roll. Like, this is the non-sports update magazine that pretty much announces the set.
Okay.
And it says from comic book to Off the Hook, Rittenhouse rocks the season's most fantastic flick, right? So we know that this movie really was part of the kickoff of the new Marvel Universe, MCCU.
Yeah.
And then this is a binder. Uh, I forget. And by the way, I'm not an expert in this set by any means. I forget if this is a binder special or case incentive. I think it
Yeah.
might have been exclusive to the binder. And now you have some like really rare Iron Man memorabilia cards. These are
Cool.
numbered out of 175, 150, and 225. These 3 here. Sorry for the glare on these because they're like, I actually taped them in. I noticed now. I can pull this one out. So,
Wow. I love the Rittenhouse seal.
oh yeah, sorry. Yep. So I'm of the clan of do not take off the seal. It is blasphemy to do so. You heard me, Matt Fuller.
Yeah, I agree with you
So
completely.
this is an authentic piece of the armor from the suit of the Ironmonger.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to actually touch it and feel it. And then, there's the big boy. So we're going through binders. So how I set up my sets is normally if this level card was not in a Rittenhouse seal, I would put it at the back of the binder as kind of like the big hit. But I
Gotcha.
don't want my binder to be for it to ruin the rest of the cards if I ever put it flat. So I
Yeah.
put any kind of protruding pieces of the binders in the front, no matter what they are.
Gotcha.
This is one of the 2 Robert Downey Jr. autos from the set. I think it's a pretty
Oh,
nice example.
wow.
And then we go into, these are 4 of the Bob Layton incentives.
Wow.
And essentially Bob Layton is a very famous Iron Man comic book artist. And he did, for this intro set, a lot of different Iron Man villains and Iron Man different armors. So here's 4 here. I like to fill a page the way I collect. So you notice you see a lot of my pages are filled, whether it's 4 or 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we move into, this is a complete sketch card set. What I call a complete sketch card set for most sets is 1 card per artist. That's what
Wow.
I've always considered a complete sketch card set. Most collectors that have been collecting sketch cards for a long time consider it, you hear what's a complete sketch card set for a set, it's all 1 per artist for that set.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
what this is here. I wish I could take credit for putting a lot of this whole set together, but I can't. I did not. I bought this set mostly complete, but I added in my sketch cards that I had from the same set. I essentially layered them in. For example, here's 6 of Brian Kong. I think this is a Goodmanson here. There's 2. I'd like to get a 3rd.
Wow.
Jim Kyle, there's 5. I'd like a 3rd, but it's not the end of the world, right? Here's 3 Sobols. Sketch cards I collect in 1, 3, 6, 9. So my LCPD calls for the rows to be filled. If I get
Nice.
5, I need a 6. I need either 3 or 6, but can't say like that too long. Miller, Molinelli, Sean Pence, Brent Engstrom, Cat Staggs. Here's a pretty big one. This is Harvey Tolibao, who is like became a much more famous artist post this set.
Okay.
And he's a fantastic artist, by the way, as well.
The
So
beauty
you
card.
see this, yeah, it's real nice. Wilkinson, Chris Wilson, and then here we have, that's the end of the sketch cards. So it's not an unachievable sketch card set. So this is not like some kind of like, there's no like $2,000 sketch card in here or anything like
Right.
that. This is a very achievable sketch card set so for those completionists out there, the sketch card set for this is very achievable. You know, the hardest cards in this whole thing are, of course, the RDJ autos,
Yeah.
mostly due to the value, mostly due because even the people that don't collect the set, if they collect MCU autos, they're collecting RDJ autos, and it's also impacted by people who literally try to get as many of them as possible.
Right.
So that drives the value of those up. So that's really the hardest card in the set is the two RDJ autos. These are, I just passed by promo cards, all three, and then we get into the base set. I'm not going to take too much time on that. So typical movie set.
Yeah.
Nice stills, nice crisp cards. Backs, the backs have like a little, they do like a little sepia tone on same image but on the back. Here we go. Full set of the base is 70.
Yeah.
And then we're going into a Tales of Suspense, it seems like. Oh, Iron Man Archive, that's what they call it. So Iron Man Archive, AR1 through AR9. This is Casting Call, which I think the casting director of this movie did a fantastic job. I think most people would agree,
Yeah.
especially of course with Robert Downey Jr., whoever's idea was to cast him, pretty much like hit it out of the ballpark. We have this is Armored Hero, 9 cards, and then of course here are the other autos in the set. So there is a non-masked Robert Downey Jr. I'm not going to pull it out. The
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges is not easy. I think it's the second hardest artist to find. Terrence Howard, Clark Gregg, Sean Taug, Ferran Tahir, and John Favreau. I think it's not that common either. But
Wow.
these are the next harder ones. Okay, not only because of scarcity but demand. And I think these are pretty nice example autos. I'm not huge into finding like perfect autos of somebody. I'm like happy to even get the card in the first place. But it
Right.
just so happens that these are nice examples of the autos.
They're
And again,
beauties.
yeah, and you see, so my binders, this is not in some sort of, super slab, yada yada yada. I don't got the space for that. I don't have
Yeah.
the space for that, and I don't enjoy it like that.
Right.
So I have them in the binder for the
Yep.
most part.
I have a very similar setup to you. Like I have my masterpiece sets. I have 96 masterpiece in a binder identical to this. I don't have it in any.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoy it more, and I also don't use penny sleeves. It just adds more layers to me being able to enjoy the actual image. These are the other costume cards. Some of these are very hard as well. I'm not an expert on which ones are more rare than others, but they're pretty cool pieces of course, whatever robe or stuff they're wearing, rounding out the rest of the set. There are 17 of these. Again, if anybody sees anything missing from here, let me know. Happy to go chase it. But last I checked, I think this was it.
Wow, that's incredible. That's a very cool set that a lot of people might not have even known there were sketch cards for.
Yeah. Yep. Had a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah. Because that's not a common thing for a movie set to have sketch cards.
So the X-Men Last Stand 3 had autos and sketch cards. And the Spider-Man 3 had autos and sketch cards.
Nice.
So it was a thing around this time.
Yeah.
Around this time frame, 03 to 08. Both.
Very cool.
At the time, there was a lot of people who were collecting sketch cards only. This was a way, and I was one of them, to bring us into the fold of autos.
Very cool. That was for the first binder. That was pretty wild. That was our subscribers are definitely very happy right now that they all.
Yeah, I don't see any comments, so I have no idea what's happening in your world.
So on binder nights, I put the chat's comments up here. I don't read them out because this is your opportunity to show your collection. So we don't want to talk over you with the chat, but the chat people are loving it. Everyone's enjoying it.
Thanks. I saw Castro's comment, just glanced over and I saw him say early Harvey Tolibao. Yeah, it was. He was in the 2007 Masterpieces set, and us sketch collector guys and gals went bananas over his stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know his history in detail, but I believe he hit it like he really became famous after that. Not because of it necessarily, but just maybe the timing was just right.
Yeah. So here
I
we
see
go.
that.
What's binder number 2?
I see Jordan says I love the companies made binders for the sets. I know. It's
Yeah.
sad state of affairs that they don't do it anymore.
It's very
Or,
cool.
at least license it out, to like a third party, and it's very it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So this is um, Spider-Man film cards. This is the first Marvel set that had hard numbered inserts, pack inserted. There's a Marvel cards that had hard numbers that were not pack inserted. Um, uh, this is the first pack inserted hard numbered cards. Um, at the time, I didn't even like pay that much. Like, it didn't register when I was collecting the set. Um, and this binder looks, I think, a lot like, yeah, this was lovingly put together by me in real time.
Mm.
I opened a lot of these boxes. The autographs are 1 in 72 packs. That's 1 in 3 hobby boxes. Not bad odds.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a hobby box. It's got to be a hobby box.
Yeah.
So make sure it says, let's see here. Does this say it here on the box? Well, make sure it says look for randomly inserted film cards. If it doesn't say that, you have no chance.
Right.
There's a device which I could not find for this video that's like a film card viewer, which you slide the card in and you put it to the light and it looks pretty cool. I own them. They're actually hard to find. I own a few, but I couldn't find one for the call because I have them like a separate box. They're not easy to store. But
Yeah.
these packs of 2 cards, they came with that viewer. So that's why they're here separate.
Cool.
Something that I'd like to tell your audience, I'm very picky with the pages that I use in my binders. I literally have every quantity of slots per page. I stock them all because I want whatever fits whatever I'm putting in the most perfect. Like, I would never put like a loose pack in an 8.5 by 11 or a 2. It has to be whatever fits it perfectly, and I use all of them. Like, I use every page made known to mankind. I don't know how many you'll see in here, but I use them all. This is like a promo sheet for the set. This is a random thing here. This is only here because it's one of those things that I don't know where else to put it. It's a film cell signed by Stan Lee. Just a random thing because it was a Spider-Man binder. Where was I going to put it?
Amazing.
And then these are uncut card sheets that were like promos. I don't know where they came. Maybe they came with the binders actually. These came, I think, one per binder if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
And I believe I have all the variants.
Cool.
Last I checked. Anybody sees one I'm missing, let me know. This is reused art, right? So it's not original art. Some of the reused art was from other Marvel trading cards, but it's really from everywhere. The reused art is
lots
from
of comic
everywhere.
images.
Yes, lots of comic images.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can appreciate, but the cards are translucent. See that?
Yeah.
And they're cool. They're interesting. They have rounded corners. They have great images, really iconic images.
Very cool. What a great insert set.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that now. Again, a lot of great images, a lot of iconic Spidey stuff. I happen to have the art for 2 of the cards because they reuse card art, and I happen to have that card art. So I have the original art for this card.
Oh, cool.
This is reused from 1996 Fleer Ultra Spider-Man.
Oh, what a great set.
Yes, and then I have the original art. Let me bring it up now. I have the original art next to me. Let me bring up that other card so I can show you. Come on.
This is a wild binder night. This is definitely unique.
Come on. Well, here's one. Well, okay, one thing. So I'll get to it now. So this is the first subset, PH 1 through 9, PH. Yep. I don't know what the PH stands for. I think maybe it's hobby. I think it's product hobby.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay, 1 through 9. Then there's this insert set of 6. By the way, all these images are unique to the inserts. That is R rare 1 through 6. That's what it stands for. I know that for sure. And then the last 3 are UR 1 through 3. That stands for ultra rare. So this is important. PH 1 through 9, fairly common. That's not, you can make it like 1 or 2 boxes. You make the whole set.
Yeah.
The R's and the URs, you do not make a set from a box, or I think it takes maybe 1 per box. Again, somebody can correct me on the, but these are not, you don't get a set out of a box. Then I have, usually my binders, I have errors. If I got errors out of the packs, I put them in. So these are upside down errors. So I store them upside down, like I store them so I can see the error, so I remember. And I might make a little note. I hear that these are errors, and this is the goody of this set. So,
oh boy, here we
hot,
go.
hot Spider-Man artists, and and at the time and prior, and they got to sign on card, not on sticker. They signed on card, and most of them signed 150.
Wow.
So these are numbered out of 150. I have some cool numbers here that I had multiple extras at one point. This was a really fun set to put together, by the way. It was a great set to chase.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. There are 11 autos, including the Stan Lee.
Whoa.
It's not impossible, okay? So 11 autos, including the Stan Lee, but the Stan Lee is the most common one. Stan Lee signed 500. So again, it's not like, so it's also, again, the how much people want it, the demand is offset by the how many there are, 500. The rest are only 150.
Right.
Make sure that 150, 150, 150. Yep, all 150. I got some cool numbers that I kept. I got like a 10 out of 150, 100 out of 150, 13 out of 150. If I saw a cool looking number like we all do, we hold on to that one.
Yeah.
Then, weird, I've come across only a couple of times. These are unnumbered variants.
Okay.
And they're signed on card. And I think they're proofs. But I have no way to prove that, but there they are. I've been able to find these 6.
It's a good theory. I like that theory.
I know there's a few others out there, but it's not like there's a ton of these unnumbered. There's not. There's very few. If you got one I don't have, I'd love to trade for it. I'd trade you a numbered one for it. Again, all hard numbered right on the back. Did you guys see that? The hard number? Let me show you. Let me pull one out. So these are.
Oh yeah, we see it there. Yeah.
It's a nice gold hard number out of 150. It's really nice. It's really well done.
Yeah. Charles Vess on card auto, Casper Sand.
Yeah, these are. I mean, again, all on card. Kerry Andrews, a little Spidey sketch on his. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that right here.
Amazing.
Let me go back to this card here. So this is promo card number 4. And see that?
Yeah.
All right. So this guy. This is the reused art for the Dr. Octopus from Marvel Legends 2001, which is this piece right here.
Very cool.
This is one of the pieces that Marvel uses in its portfolio of images for people to use when they license out their brand.
Yeah.
This image is included in there, which is how it ended up on this card.
Getting recycled. I like
absolutely recycled.
Yeah.
Yep. It's by Roberto Flores.
Very cool.
So he does comics, and he's a great, he's pretty solid. Solid.
People often wonder when they see these pages why they're not colored, and that's because the majority of these were colored digitally.
That's right.
If anybody's wondering how that happened, that's
the final art. There is nothing beyond that. That was like you said, colored digitally.
Yeah.
So then, because I'm a super completionist, so we have the full master set. We have these weird unnumbered variants. I even keep like any kind of insert that comes with the pack. These came in the pack, so I kept. Of course, I filled up a page. Totally. I flattened back. Even younger me would flatten out the packs.
Yeah.
And keep them. I always do them the same way. Flatten one forward, one backwards, and I put them so you can still see the full pack. I've done that for all my sets. Then I had to go back like 4 or 5 years ago and start collecting the sealed pack, which is annoying. Old me would have been like, "What are you doing? Packs are meant to be opened, And now I'm like, I'll get some sealed packs." Anyway, so that's here. And then this is the retail. The retail is actually the cards, same images, but they're not sandwiched. It's a single layer. There's no second layer. But what makes the retail set, so I'm not going to go through the detail, but what makes the retail set sought after, or the pricey part, that part is okay, it's cool, it's novel, but the 9 inserts are completely different. They're
Oh.
incredibly hard to find. So the images are different and they're numbered differently, and they're very nice looking. So these were on my checklist for quite a while.
Hmm.
Like they were some of the last Marvel cards I checked off were these damn retail inserts for this set. They're not
Hmm.
easy. I was talking to somebody on the group recently, and he sent me his want list, and these were on there.
Oh.
I mean, this person has a very amazing collection, and I was like, they were still like some of them were he was missing like 4 or 5. I was like, that was tough. It was tough. So that's it for the set. The rest of the binder is all the miscellaneous Spidey stuff that doesn't have a home in another binder. This binder had a little bit of space, and well, it
Build it
went
up.
in it went in here. It went in here, miscellaneous Spidey
Nice.
OCPD stuff. But
Yeah.
so main set, autos is not impossible. It's a beautiful set. And it's not, again, it's a fun chase on the autos. The autos I've seen, they're not that expensive. Um, they're not too expensive,
Very
especially
cool.
compared to other. I think people are sleeping on. Again, I don't have like hundreds of these hoarded away. I'm trying to pump it up. I think people are sleeping on those autos.
Hmm.
They're super Spider-Man artists. They're the first hard-numbered pack inserted Marvel cards, and
Yeah.
it's not an impossible chase. 150 each, so it's doable.
Very cool.
All right. Well, how much? What's the time?
You've got another
7:45.
23 hours left. You can go for another
Oh, I don't. I
until YouTube
I
kicks
don't
us off. So
know.
you're
I don't know about another 23 hours. Okay, we'll go here. So whenever possible, I put my sets in these when there's not an official binder for the set. These are official Ultra Pro Marvel superhero binders. Now I'm gonna have everybody chasing them as well. But a lot of my cards are in every set I can goes in an official Marvel binder by crook or by hook. So this is my cheating over here, Fleer Ultra X-Men Chromium binder. So again, old me, any box that I opened, I would flatten that bad boy out and
yeah.
put it in a, this is every time you see, these are the ones that I opened myself. This is the
Love
box
it.
that I opened myself back in 1995. You better believe it got stored away.
I love it.
These are the pack rack, the rack variants for the set. These
Okay.
are sealed. I got them more recently.
Okay. So we call those jumbo packs, would we not?
So jumbo packs can also be thick. So
Good
they're
point.
not necessarily
Good point.
a rack pack is a more, they are jumbo, but I think a rack pack really nails what they are.
I like
They're a rack
that
pack.
term for it
Yeah,
more because it makes
yeah,
sense. You can visualize what.
yeah. So here's one. Go chasing it, guys and gals. This is a comic book that goes with the set. You don't see it very often, but there it is. Got and it's got the art inside.
Mm-hmm.
This is these are from the promo folder, like
Yeah.
the dealer kit. I usually have a promo folder intact with all the stuff inside, and a separate one where I grab the juicy stuff and put it in my binder because
Love
it
it.
fits in a binder. Anything that fits in a binder goes in a binder,
I love
except
it.
art. Except art.
I love
So
it.
here is the base set. I will not bore everybody here from seeing these amazing cards that we probably all of us really like this set.
Yeah.
I will say, even though the cards look really cool, it lost something. The art lost in the translation
Yeah.
to digital coloring. Um, you know, most of you know the art was done by 3 artists. So Andy and Adam Kubert, the brothers,
Mm-hmm.
but their father as well, Joe Kubert, worked on the set as well.
I didn't know their father worked on the set.
Yes, yeah, and Joe Kubert is the founder of the Kubert Art School, when a lot of artists went through that.
Crazy.
But yeah, Joe is an artist on a lot of these cards as well. Like here, for example, this Douglock card is done by Joe. Let
Cool.
me see what I got here. Sometimes I got to remind myself where things are. Bear with me. It'll be
Take
worth
time.
the wait.
Take your time.
Where are you?
This is
Where
just wild,
are
guys.
you? Where are you? Here.
Thanks for everybody in chat hanging out, following along with this. This is going to be a great rewatch too, guys. Hope you're enjoying
Yeah,
the
I'm right next to you. I'm just looking for. I think I have it handy. Come on, I thought I had it right here.
So everybody knows as well, Jose is going to be on Castro's channel tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for giving the shout out on that. Well, I can't find it right now, so I'm gonna skip it. It's too bad. So we'll skip this guy. But where are we? Oh, so base card set. If you see a base card missing, it's because I pulled it out to get autographed. But it exists in my collection. So let's get to the juicy stuff. So, okay, so you guys know this guy, this set, right?
Dude, here we
This is
go.
our they did the Halloween version of the X-Men, which is kind of interesting. I think well executed for what it is, right?
Yeah,
Silly,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's silly, but it
It
was very
worked.
memorable at least when I was a kid. I don't know how everybody else feels, but these cards were like, oh, this is fun. Um, and then they did the alternate X cards. So
Yes.
essentially, so checklist, here are the two promos here, right? Two promos. And then begins the alternate X set. So the artist would do regular version of the character and then the alternate X version of the character in the same exact pose. Um, I will tell you this is not digitally done. There exists an original piece of art for each. So
Okay.
both of these have an original art, both of those have an original art. So that the set is done like that. And the same artist would do both, of course, right? If Adam
Mhm.
did Bishop, he'd do alternate X Bishop.
Cool.
As many of you know, it's 20 cards in the set, all the way to the Wolverines, which were done by Adam, which he's done Wolverine comics, right? So that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
here's like a cool example where we had people who were working on the comics doing the same characters art for the cards, which is very so most of the 90 sets were like that. This is my checklist. My checklist is signed by Andy and Adam.
Cool.
This is it came in a collection. I'm like, why not? It's like somebody pulled off the card, the cut card from the box. I was like, sure,
Okay.
I'll throw that in the good old binder.
Cool.
These are error cards for those of you that like errors. You can see
Love it.
they're this one is like not only is the card moved, but the press is off, which suggests that the embossing happened after, right, at a different process.
Yes, absolutely.
So the embossing is actually accurate, but it's embossed off sheet.
Interesting.
Um, and then here's something incredibly cool in my opinion. So right, this is like the iconic card for the set. It's blank back.
No back.
So it's a blank back proof.
Love it.
So that is very rare, and this is also rare. So this is the back of a Fleer Ultra Spider-Man 1995 insert.
Yeah.
Okay, got that? Everybody's on the same page, right?
Yeah.
Dave DeVries, or right? I think that's what it says there.
That is really cool.
So part of, again, 95, right? Same set. They're trying to
Yeah.
figure things out. They're running the printers, similar times maybe. You get
Really
that
cool.
bad boy. Very hard to find. These are also production proofs.
Oh, wow. Wow. Very cool.
The Lethal Weapon subset. These are, in my opinion, these 9 are some of the best inserts. And execution, like how these look, like the treatment they got. I mean, they crushed it on this.
They cashed the.
They crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are, I think, some of the most beautiful 90s inserts ever done. These 9
Beautiful.
here. They,
That Gambit. Come on.
oh yeah, and then the Wolverine too. I mean, this Wolverine is, I mean, this is the Wolverine we want to see, right?
That is the Wolverine we want to see.
I would argue that for every character on this page, right? I would
Yeah.
argue that every character on this page, this is the version we want to see.
Yeah, it's very nice.
This is a nice touch, right? The autograph parallel set.
Yeah, it really was.
94 Masterpiece was the first time we saw it, right?
Yeah,
They did the
that's right.
Hildenbrands. They
That's
brought it
right.
back here. They brought it for 95, of course, and they did it for the Chromium set here. Let's see. So here's my autograph parallel set. I'm not going to flip through all that because you're tired of seeing it. Here is a hand-signed beast. Here is a blank front error.
Love it. That would be a great one to use as a sketch card.
Yeah, it would. Except then I wouldn't have it as an error card. Come on.
True.
Okay, so this is there's like 2 variants of the set. They're not expensive. They're like don't be offended. It's like the poor man's version of the Chromium set.
Yeah. No
For a
one's
long time, I called it Unchromium. I called it. It was my term. My term was
love.
Fleer Ultra Unchromium 95.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's the same set without the chromium treatment, which is nice to have because you get to appreciate the art more. There are 2 versions of this Unchromium set. One is international version, and the
Yes.
backs look different. So there's two versions of this. Here we go.
I just posted today my rainbow of Sabretooth of these non-chromium cards.
Nice.
Yeah.
So here's like, of course, the pack, right? Here you go. 2 for 1 pack. Told you it was a poor man's version. There was no 2 for 1 pack even back then. So this is that version. And then this is why I picked this binder for tonight. This is that version, right? That poor man's version. This is a complete hand-signed version of it. And actually what makes it super special is that Joe signed as well. And Joe's been gone, unfortunately, for a number of years.
Holy smokes.
So, you can't do this nowadays, right? But like here is, the cards with Joe's signature on them. So the whole set is complete. Every single card is signed by one of the 3, whoever did the art, of course. Really, like, this is one of my like babies. So the whole thing here is, wait, did I pass Sabretooth already?
Well, there's a Victor one you just had there. Victor Creed one with him in the CIA card. There it is, right? Your hands on it.
Yeah.
That's Sabretooth. Very cool.
Yeah.
There's your other Sabretooth card. Oh, I love it.
Now this one, you can still get done, right?
Yeah.
Because Adam will be at OAX.
Yeah.
So
I won't be able to attend OAX because I'm waiting on a baby, but
if only you had some friends that were attending that
That's
could
right.
snag a signature for you, man. That would be amazing. Well, where are you gonna find those people?
I'll see what I can do.
And then the checklist is signed by Joe. So the other checklist signed by the brothers. This checklist signed by Joe. This is a cool promo, not hard to find. The on sale here promo, and the rest of the binder, which I won't go into, it's not that exciting, is the Fleer Ultra X-Men 96 Wolverine set.
Why don't you get into it? We're here.
We're
here. We've come this far. Let's do it.
I mean, hasn't everybody seen this already?
Yeah.
There's nothing that exciting about it.
Okay.
It's a great set. It's a great set. We'll leave it for another night because here's why. I want to show you guys something. Here's where I want to spend a little bit more time on. So, the first Gambit cover, right? So this Gambit, the Gambit that we all know and love.
Yeah.
That was done by Andy Kubert. And it's sold for a lot of money on auction. The original art sold for a ton of money, maybe 3-4 years ago. But this is one of my babies. So the next best thing, because I can't afford that, is Andy doing the card of Gambit for the set. So this is one of my prized possessions due to Andy's connection with Gambit. This is the Gambit in my opinion, like in terms of like costume, like the one we all want to see. And he crushes it. He crushes it on this, and you can't appreciate this on the card, in my opinion. Like, it's a great card, don't get me wrong. I love that Gambit card. We all do. But there's something about this that, just makes me happy whenever I see it.
Yeah. Wow, that is so cool. Yeah. What an item. What a cool item.
Yeah, so whenever possible, I try to pick up the box art. And so this is the box art, right? This is the main piece on the box for the set. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons I chose this piece. Again, Andy doing the first appearance of Gambit on cover, and also because it's the box art for the set. Then this piece, if anybody who was at OAX last year would have seen this one. I brought it because Adam was going to be there, and we had some key pieces by Adam, and this is my contribution. And this is his Shadow Cat for the same set. Again, no comparison in my opinion.
Fire.
The art to the card. I mean, all these sets, in my opinion, need like a parallel set with just the art,
Right, just a prelim card.
Yeah, just this is the final, right? This is not a prelim.
Sorry, but you know, from
Yeah, no, I
Masterpiece.
get it. I get it. But I mean, just the raw art, right? Just the raw art.
Yeah,
Show it to me without any kind of digital anything.
right.
And it's also fascinating to see like the artist's notes on these.
Yes.
And he's essentially doing these notes for the digital colorist, right? The digital colorist is a person who's not him, and he's essentially conveying his vision for the card, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And there's some of that in the there's not in the early 90s cards because somebody digitally colored, with the spray or by hand.
Hmm.
But when it was digital coloring, you see a lot of these notes
Yes.
because they had to convey the vision.
Right. And I've seen. Yeah, I think most of us know what you're talking about.
Yep. Yep.
It's very cool.
Do I have another? I'm gonna give one quick more glance. I don't want to eat up time, but I want
You
to
have all
give
the time
one
in the world.
more
There's no
flip.
rush.
I just want to see if I happen to have other in these binders that I brought over or walked over. Do I have? Because I thought I had brought over a piece by Joe. Because it's very different actually. I wanted to show a piece by all three because Joe's art is actually different than the brother's artwork. His style is different, and you can't tell from the cards because you lose it. But there, his stuff is unfortunately not in the binders that I walked over. I'd have to go get it, and I don't want to leave your viewers without seeing stuff. So I'm gonna grab my last binder for the night.
Castra.
Wait.
Castra is saying, do more to keep him on. Don't worry, Castra, we're on it. This is going to be a 23-hour stream. I get
No
it.
way, no way.
Love it.
I gotta save some for later. I gotta make you come to OAX. I gotta see it there.
Man, I'll be there next year.
Okay, so all right. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
which of the iconic old sets to choose. I went with this one. I haven't. Yeah, we'll see what's in here. I'm not even sure what we're gonna see in here. Marvel Universe 91. This is Series 2. This is the official binder, of course. There's a hologram on the binder, and to get things started, this is a rare hologram of that's on the cover of the binder.
Whoa.
Unused. It's pretty
Very
tough to find. This is a 6-card promo from the set. This is the mail away checklist for the set. This is the envelope, the card that came with it, and there's something else in here that's like special that came in, but this is like the official stuff that you got in the mail. I don't want to pull it out. I'll explain later what this is. This is my set, of course, and OCPD calls for the official Impel pages to be used when possible. So as much of the set has to be in the official pages that were supposed to be for the set, even though these pages are not very good, but like, damn it, they got to be in that.
That's so cool.
So as many cards as I could fit in those, and whenever I get extra ones, I throw them in. I will go. A lot of iconic art in this set.
There is.
One of the pieces that I kicked myself in the behind, I just didn't have the money at the time. I saw at San Diego Comic Con, I saw the Arthur Adams piece that had this art on it, and I was like, this is such a great piece. But even at the time, it was a staggering amount.
Yeah.
But obviously, if I had a DeLorean that worked, I would go back and grab it. But I need today's money because it was very expensive back then. But I saw whoever has the art for that, congrats, it's beautiful. So, geez. Okay, here's something. Okay, here are the 5 main holos, right?
Yeah.
That's we have them. It's great. This next thing is I think one of the more interesting things in my collection. So blank back here. Okay. So this is the original holo. See the Impel logo?
Yeah.
This was a prototype for how they were thinking of doing the logo with the hologram.
Whoa.
So we almost got Impel hologram logos on all the cards, but they
You
decided
did?
not to go in that direction.
Oh my! How did you ever find that?
It's a lot of years, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then this is novelty things that have gone up in price for whatever reason. I guess I know why. These are holos with wrong backs. So this is an upside down Punisher, and this Spidey has a Hulk on the back.
Oh my
Let me
gosh.
show that again. So Spidey, Hulk.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love air cards. I think a lot of people in this
Oh yeah.
on the channel who are subscribers are big fans of air cards as well.
So it's a sealed promo pack here. That's not too hard to find. Um, these are
Neat.
the thin, non-bold variants of cards 1 through 18. You gotta have that. You gotta get that. Again, I say that because it's not that hard to find.
Yeah.
Um, so those are pretty cool. And then for almost all my sets, I am working on a parallel signed set by the original artist. So
Very
this is, my in progress, not complete. Some artists have died, unfortunately. Set of that. And then you got to have those
I love
packs.
you pack insert. I mean, how you put the packs in there. I think that's a brilliant method of doing it.
Yeah, I think it looks sharp. So this is the Wolverine packs.
Absolutely.
Here's the Spider-Man packs.
Oh,
I need me some Hulk packs.
yeah.
And here's my original box, baby. Still here.
Love it. I've got a sealed box of this on my bookshelf.
I had to go back and get that, but now I have it. But I didn't have it for a long time. I was like, I'll get a sealed box. So
Yeah.
then, what do I got? Where do I got that? Okay, so, all right. So let's start with this. So I kept this in the binder for my reference. So this is the original art of the Fantastic Four for this set. I love it. I love that piece. It's by one of my favorite artists, and so when I saw it come up for auction, I had to get it. So this
Oh,
is it. So this is by Art Adams. It's a little dirty, the glass. So one of the things that I like about this piece by Art Adams is that he has slightly different styles of how he works, but because these characters are so different, you
yeah.
can see his different styles in a way, and it's on duotone paper, which we don't see anymore because they stopped making it. But like he does arguably the best thing, period, ever
Yeah.
of any artist, arguably, right? And so I
Yeah.
get that guy, and I get like some of his tighter inking over here on the Mr. Fantastic, and see through on Invisible Woman, and then just a sharp, Human Torch. So, and he's got a really cool background, a great title. So, and his signature and dating is over here on the corner. So I freaking love this piece. It's on my wall.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
Can we answer a couple questions in chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm just gonna swing back, guys. I am reading all your chats here. We're doing a lot of stuff here. You don't have to answer this, but the 99 newsstand Manu says the most dollar amount you've spent on a piece. No need to name names and pieces, of course.
A piece of art?
Yeah.
5 figures, above 10.
There you go. Somebody is saying, how many air cards are there? So an air card, there are millions of them. There's an infinite amount. It's especially with Upper Deck producing cards. You can there is an infinite number of air cards.
Listen, if you're going after a master set, don't feel that an error card is something that you need to have. I had a buddy who he would try to get 1 error card per set, and I thought that was a noble goal, right? That's kind of cool. You can achievable, but there's no such thing as how many error cards. Now, I will say this, for the holograms of that set specifically, that's different, right? The holo errors are different. I'll tell you why. Because another video will go into it. They're known variants. There's a difference between an error and a variant.
Fair enough.
So an error is a one-off, right? Misprint, miscut, one time it's something wonky happened. Whatever. Those are unique that we're talking about here. There's tons of them. It's cool to have, but some of them are valuable depending on what it is. But this is not like, oh, I have to have them. Now, a variant is something that was replicated over and over and over again. Like, let's say I do half the run, and half the run has Spidey upside down the back, and the other half has Spidey right side up. Those are not, in the grand scheme of things, you can think of it as an error, but truly in the trading card world, it's a variant.
Gotcha.
It's a variant of the card, right? Because it exists, it's out there, it has a large population. So for example, I think Sphere Ultra X-Men 95 has the, his name escapes me now, the green guy. Oh my God, embarrassing. Anyways, he's facing one direction on one and half in the other direction on the other, but it's like even 50-50, right? That's a variant. Your sets can be complete. You should have both because you open a box, you're gonna get both.
Right.
Know?
Right.
So
we have We have another question here. We have a Gambit collector asking, can you elaborate on the bold and non-bold, please? I have two for my Gambit, but can't find the info on why the difference.
I think I'm not an expert like, what are you looking for? It's on the date, on the 1991. The
Gotcha.
date is either bold. So get any card that's not 1 through 18 and look at the 1991. If it looks like that, it's regular. If it looks thinner, if it looks thinner, it's the variant, right? Let me go look at it again. Shit, now you got me here.
Perna wants to know if you know how to tango. You can find it at OAX.
Yeah, non-bold. So the non-bold is the variant, non-bold. However you want to look at it, but one of them look like the rest, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the regular set, I'm looking at my regular set. The regular set is all bold, right? The 1991 is bold on every card here, right?
Yeah.
Including 1 through 18. Now, if you go to these other ones, it's not bold. It's thin. And this is not like a weird one. It's not like Jose has. No. This is like a known thing. This is a thing people collect on this set. It's a known variant, not an error. This is the art for the Doom card. This is the original art is by Art Adams. Of course, that's not this piece. What happened is that Art Adams sent a copy to the colorist. The colorist put that piece on a transparency, and he projected the transparency on a medium, on a board, and then he airbrushed the art. So this is the original color that we see in the card, but the transparency is a print of the original art, right? And this is the final piece that was used to make the card.
Cool.
So here it is. I'm not going to lift it all the way because it has tape on it, but
wow, that's really cool. It's all airbrush.
That's the OA there, right? That's the original art there.
Very
This
cool.
transparency is obviously a unique one of one.
Yeah. Jose, can we do one more binder? Can you do one more binder?
Can I do I have another? Another binder? I'm not prepared for another binder.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I don't want to twist your arm. I don't want to twist your
arm. How about I show you a few other cool things from this same set? Because I picked out a few interesting things from here. Where is my witch? I said witch.
Thanks, Castro.
What is he saying?
Oh, he's trying to get me to press you to open more binders. 100%.
Oh God. Here's
Castro,
here's one.
I like where your head's at.
Here is another one. Castro, don't you want me, awake for tomorrow? And
that's right.
I need to prepare for that. Here is, come on.
Make sure you guys tune into Comic Art tomorrow to see Jose on Castro's show. You got
Yes, please come on tomorrow. I'm going to show a bunch of my art, I think. So this is the original art for Iceman for this set by Lee Weeks.
Oof. Wow. Very cool.
Good art friend of mine made this piece available to me, so thank you. You know who you are. And I think this one. All right, here's a badass one, if you don't mind me saying.
Do whatever you want on this channel.
This is another. This one's. I was ecstatic to get this.
Oh, cool.
So this is a Art Adams Galactus. I'm not fortunate enough to own the original art for this, like the pencil and inks.
Yeah.
But I can do for you is give you a little peekity peek at the.
Again, I love that. It's so unique.
Listen, these things in person, they look phenomenal.
Oh, I bet.
They look great. They pop. You can see there. Yeah, that's a good look there on the camera. It just looks nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
They look nice framed. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Put that bad boy away. That guy's kind of recent. And then I see if I have any other ones. That's Universe 1. That's Universe 1. That's no. Anything else? No. If you wait for me, I can go see if I have the Joe Kubert piece.
Yes, we can wait for you.
Yeah, this should be very quick. 1 sec.
Take your time. So Cash is saying, proof again, the only reason to get older is so your collection gets better. Absolutely. Everyone who's tuning in chat right now, thank you so much for being here. Thanks a lot for being subscribers to the channel. Binder Night's a fun chance for us to get to look at what collectors are collecting, have them have a chance to just explain their collection, and here we go. This is what we're doing tonight. I love it. Oh, wow. Jose, Your
Sorry,
audio.
this is Joe Kuber's Douglock. You can see it's different than his son's. If you remember, if you think back to the Gambit,
Yeah.
he shades more. He shaded more with his pencil work.
Yeah.
Theirs is more like here. I'll put it up. It's an interesting compare and contrast. Like here's the
Gambit.
here's a Gambit.
Yeah.
You know,
There's some definitely similarities in technique.
yes. Here you can see. I can tell more in this piece actually. Let me show you his boomer, and you can see more what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I love that piece so much. Castor, I can't wait to watch your show tomorrow. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, so Joe's art is very hard to find. A lot of it sits with his well, it was for a long time. His art was very hard to find for a long time. It sat with his estate,
Yeah.
and I had been looking for it for a long time, so I was really lucky to grab these pieces.
Right.
And I guess, do you think your audience, well, let's see, I guess they'll enjoy this.
Absolutely, they will.
All right, I got one more. I got one more thing to show.
Go.
I got one more things to blow your mind. Okay.
You like know we're doing a part 2 to this. You know we're doing a part 2.
You remember those? Here we go.
Oh wow, they're just talking about it. Oh my goodness.
I love that piece.
Absolutely.
That piece. This guy crushes.
Oh. Wow, that's a monster piece.
Yeah.
This signature looks so good too.
De La, it's phenomenal. Great signature. And I like it when artists title their pieces on the bottom.
Same.
It adds so much in my opinion.
Yeah. What is the title there?
He called Wolverine Lethal Weapons.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
And then I don't have any Sabretooth from this set, by the way. This is I had this up at OAX last year, so I'll show it again. I think it's the best, like in terms of in terms of execution, this is the best piece I think in the whole set by Adam.
Oh wow!
This is his Bishop, and so he really finished it. As you know, he finished it pretty far along in terms of like what you can do before colors.
Yeah.
He inked, he inked that background. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's off the charts.
When an artist inks something with a black background like this, there's a very good chance in the digital version they're going to change the color of the black.
Yeah, I can pull the Bishop now if you want me to see what they did.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's see here.
It's a beautiful piece. That Bishop is, like you mentioned, one of the best Bishops I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Bishop's a character again. I'm surprised we don't have a monster character collector for that I know of. Anyways, maybe there is one.
I mean, he deserves. Oh, you know what? This is not chromium.
Okay.
This is not chromium. I believe this is metal. Can somebody correct me on that?
I don't remember the Bishop metal card from '95.
Correct me on that. Is this Marvel metal?
Perna, you want to weigh in on that one? Which set is this Bishop from?
I think it's metal.
I'll give it to you. That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at the Bishop in this set. It's not this one.
Mm.
Yeah, because the brothers did a few pieces for Marvel Metal.
Cool.
As well.
Which was my favorite set as a kid.
It's a phenomenal set.
Yeah.
I picked this piece because artistically it called to me, and to my wife who helps him pick these out. So credit to her as well. So I chose this piece because artistically we thought it was like brilliant. Just Marvel aside, right? We set
it's interesting. That pose and kind of having like the dressing come down reminds me of Klimt, but I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, not a popular character at all, but
no,
artistically, we think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I think that's it. I have some more in here, but we're gonna save something for later.
I think we do a round 2. I'm so excited to see you and Castor have a conversation tomorrow. I will be glued to the television watching that.
You want to hear Castro talk?
Well, I want to hear you talk, Castro. I like Castro's notes in the background. It's really good.
Oh man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm looking to see if I'm.
Ryan, I am doing this. I'm working on this. I will definitely be putting together that list to send you.
I did this already, Ryan. I did this already.
No, he wants me to put together a list because Ryan is going to be one of those friends that goes and helps me get sketches because I'm not able to join.
Okay, so Ryan Davidson, I'm talking to you. If you go to the Marvel and DC group, the list that you're asking for, it's already uploaded as a post. And I have an update to it, but it's already uploaded. It's its own post.
Right. And I've got a highlight on there who I want to get cards from because Ryan's going to help me. Both.
A lot of people are gonna. I mean, I think the count is at 39 artists at OAX.
Wow.
Worked on cards and Marvel cards in some capacity. If we start adding cards from other sets, DC and other properties, we're probably easily at 50.
Wow.
Like Tony, for example, like Tony did sketch cards. He has a lot of base cards for his own sets and others, but we're not counting, just for the purpose of simplicity, right? Of just, it's a Marvel list.
Yeah.
A lot of people there. So it's the show to go to if you're into Marvel cards. It's where you want to be. It's a lot of us going, over 60 of us just on the Marvel card side, and a lot of artists will be there. A lot of cool stuff to get signed.
So many Marvel fans who attend Comic Cons and card shows are so used to having their little corner where you're shocked when you come across Marvel stuff. And there's this very small group, and it's predominantly going to be sports people and the whole pandemonium of it all. And your guys' show is going to be a completely Marvel-based thing. It's really unique. It's really special. Can you tell us a little bit about your role with OAX? Like, what is it that you do with OAX?
Yeah, so Castro was kind enough, and the comic art fans OAX team were kind enough to extend to me and Stephen Warborough the opportunity to essentially design, for lack of a better term, like what our vision would be if we could, Castro told us, and I'm paraphrasing here, if you guys could create your own Marvel card show and ultimately a card show, what would it look like? And he's essentially given us the space at OAX to do that, right? So ours is a subcon in OAX. So for the ticket you pay to go to OAX, you get to go to the, Marvel / DC / comic card con. Even Magic the Gathering is covered, of not only original art, but also the actual card. So there's a section of, this is it. This is like Marvel card stuff. Booths, the artists, dealers, art to buy, stuff to trade. I mean, it's all sketch cards galore. So we're essentially, Stephen and I are running, Castro uses the term showrunner. We're co-showrunners of the Card Art Expo.
What a fun group of fellas. What a great group of guys to have kind of, as ambassadors of the hobby. Putting this together, this is an opportunity for a lot of people that interact with one another online to brush that aside and come in, spend some actual face time with one another and enjoy the hobby in real time. I think that is so cool. And I am so pumped I will be there.
Yeah, I think one of the nicest things about this is, to your point, all these different online personalities, the vast majority are going to be there, right? Like Matt Fuller is part of our team, along with Steven and myself and Castra. We each have our own little specialty. So Matt, for example, is heading up all the sketch card side. Of course, me and Steven and Castra help, but Matt's an expert on that, so he's leading that.
I've heard of Matt Fuller. I've definitely heard of him. But
Justin is a big part of it as well. Like as somebody who's has supported us so well with the show. Like last year, he was essentially like MC for the panels and a lot of the lives.
Yeah.
But it's inclusive in terms of, obviously, in the normal use of the word, but even so in terms of the personalities.
Yes.
Everybody's welcome, right?
Yes.
Check the ego at the door. Is your collection one Marvel card set? Is it 10 Marvel card sets? Is it massive? Like, it's okay. Like there's a place for everybody. And last year was a testament to that. I mean, we had such a great time. I mean, I don't know anybody that went to that and was like, everybody said, I want to come back next year. That was such a blast.
Right.
We have a lot of people coming this year.
Let's say right now there's a viewer watching this that doesn't know how to get a ticket for this. How does the brand new viewer grab a ticket to attend this event?
Castro, you mind putting in the comments the link
I will.
that they
I'll
can.
put it up here when Castro drops
Yeah.
it here.
So it's a pretty simple web address. I don't want to bungle it, so I'll let Castro put it.
Yeah.
Well, you can come for 1 day or 2 days. They have a ticket if you want to bring you and a significant other. There's a
Nice.
reduced price for a couple.
Awesome.
The hotel rooms are a negotiated rate, pretty affordable. And the nice thing is that it's in Orlando, so if you can make a weekend out of it, a lot of people are just bringing their family, going to Disney or Universal 1 day, and then going to the show the other. So there's, it's also a reason to go for other things. One
Yeah.
plane ride and then stay for other things. So you don't, just not just going for a card show or an art show, but you're going for a vacation.
It's part of the reason that I bring it up for people that are new to it is because this event is kind of pivotal for the hobby growing in a healthy manner. Having things like this create more and more community, and we need more and more community versus more and more whatnot sales. So this is something that is not audience based; it's community based. This is a really important event, guys. That's kind of why I like to really ask some details about this and some really simple questions about it, because these types of things are what make this hobby unique and make it important. And it's really important. I will get the link. So if anyone does see this, I'm going to add it to the description of this video. All the descriptions are the same in these videos. And at the bottom, there's a guest portion and all their links are there. I'm going to include it in there. If anybody doesn't know about this and needs to get a ticket, it will be in the description on the video.
Yeah. I'll plug myself briefly. I have a relatively little Instagram account. If you want to follow me, great. The Marvel Card Archive. I'll try to post more. But really, where we have a lot of interaction is in the Marvel and DC card group on Facebook. If you can post that link, that'd be great. It's open. Everybody's invited. No drama. Join.
Yeah.
It's a good community, and everybody's welcome. You like Marvel cards, you're welcome to join.
So on that note, the Marvel Card Archive Instagram account, everybody, the link is in the description right now. Please make sure that you click on that and follow these accounts. Following this stuff, make sure you're following Castro. Castro is always posting information about these events. The description of these videos has these links. So we will make sure that everything is in there, and really appreciate everybody interacting with the social media accounts and Binder Nights. Binder Nights has been super fun to have all of you guys get to see all of these things that collectors have been putting together, and then the events that go with it. So this has been really, really fun. I'm super excited we got to do this, Jose. You're a great guest. Thanks for making time to do
Thanks.
that.
No, I appreciate you inviting me on.
And tomorrow, what time can we see you on Castro's channel?
Is it 9 o'clock, Castro? Remind me. I'm sorry, I keep asking Castro. I think it's 9 p.m. EST.
9 p.m. because you said this is an early one for you guys. You guys are Nighthawks, so that makes sense. But I'm really looking forward to watching that, and I know everybody in chat is also looking forward to seeing more of your collection over there. Castro runs it like a TED Talk. You guys have PDFs, you guys have it all. You have it all sorted out. It's a PowerPoint presentation. I love it.
Yeah, I think what I'll do tomorrow, when I haven't told Castro this yet, I think what I'm thinking of doing is a lot of the art collectors have been sharing their top 10 pieces of 2024 in one of the Facebook groups.
Cool.
And I've been holding off, but I think what I'll do is I'll go through those tomorrow, at least in my opinion. What are the pieces that are the coolest or the most significant to my collection? I think I'll just go through those tomorrow. I'll talk about each artist and about each piece. So we'd love to see you there. It's all Marvel card art. So
it's brilliant. Something else that Jose mentioned was the Facebook group. So I want to talk really quick about the Facebook group. The Marvel Card Facebook group that these guys are talking about is a great place to go and share your collection and to also ask questions, because Jose is always answering questions in there. Matt Fuller is always answering questions. There is a number of very, very intelligent people in these groups that can really help guide you with specific questions. And I've noticed that when they don't have the answer for you, somebody finds it for you and then sends a link over. It's a great group to be a part of. There are sales in it, but it's also a lot of constructive help for finding things,
Yep. Thanks. Yeah, that's very
definitely
true. Happy to help.
Yeah, and definitely worth being. I mean, at this point, I don't know about you guys. I don't use Facebook for nothing except Marvel cards. Like I use it for checking friends' birthdays and looking at the Facebook groups.
Same.
So it's for me, it's worth having because of these groups. So thank you for always providing answers in there and stuff, guys. I think we'll wrap it up there, Jose. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little peek. We'll do it again some other time for sure.
I would love to. Thanks a lot, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much to all of our subscribers for being part of the channel, being part of the LPM community. Take care, everybody. Enjoy yourself, and we'll do this again real soon. Take care.